Ready
So,
to take it away?
yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sam Talks. I am I'm Kelly. I'm the newest team member at InReach. I have been on Sam Talks before. I've been on client calls, so you have probably seen me around. I might have met you before, but wanted to formally introduce myself. Um, and yeah, like Stephanie was just saying, I'm going to be talking about the new checklist features that you may or may not have noticed from the release last week. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to actually share my screen at this time. But before we talk about the new features, I just wanted to go over checklists in general. So checklists are a way for you to get your agency's workflow into SAM. So any of the programs that you might have, you can create checklists for them to take your team and your end users through the process of that program, like little by little. Um, Checklists themselves are configurable by SAM leads through settings and checklists. Um, when you do that, you'll select the main entity for the checklist that you want to manipulate. Um, I think with that, let's talk about the new features. So I'm going to jump into a family record here. I'm going to jump into test family, Kelly and Ross. I am going to go to the checklist sidebar link, and this is where you can see any um, active or triggered checklist. You go to any client record, click on checklist. So this is the checklist that we are working with for test family, Kelly and Ross. Yeah, let's talk about the new features. Um, I'm going to talk about the filters first. So filters are really there to help you uh, narrow down your search and find a particular checklist item or checklist section, especially when you're looking at hundreds of sections and or items. Uh, so we have checklist section, checklist item status, responsible worker, checklist item visibility as filters that are available to you. The checklist section filter should feel pretty familiar. Again, this one just lets you view one checklist section at a time. So I've just selected the home study team task, home study update in the section. I'm going to take that away for a moment. See, let's talk about checklist item status next. You have options to filter it by incomplete or completed items. Um, and for a checklist item to be considered complete, all that means is that the date completed here is filled out for that particular checklist item. So if I filter by completed items, I will be seeing all checklist items that have that date completed filled out. And if I filter by incomplete, then I will be seeing all items that do not have that date completed filled out. The responsible worker filter just lets you see checklist items that are assigned to a particular person. So it looks like I have some stuff assigned to me. So I will click on my name, and these are all of the items that are on me to complete. If we click on test user here, these are all of the items assigned to test user. And then same for Sally social worker. Looks like they only have one item. And then this isn't anything new, but you can assign a responsible worker right from the entity checklist. So I'm going to do that. Let's assign Outlook test. And here we go. Here's that item that I just assigned. And if I go back up to the responsible worker filter, there's that person that I just assigned. I'm going to take that away, and then I can, of course, unassign Outlook test to that item, and they are no longer in this filter because they have no items assigned to them. And then the last new filter is checklist item visibility. This has options for not shown to clients and shown to clients. What this means is, does this show up on the public checklist and is it available to your end users? So I will say, show me all items shown to clients. Um, so again, these are going to be all of the items that are available on the public checklist, and again, that are viewable to your end users. And yeah, again, not anything new, but wanted to state that you have this view public checklist link up here, which lets you see what your family see. So if you go back to this page and you're filtered by shown to clients, all of these items should show up on this page. Okay, and I think that's all I want to say about the filters. Are there any questions about that? Okay. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the overdue styling next. So as we can see here, this social media agreement item, it's, yeah, the due date is set as 6/9. So the due date has passed, and so this item is considered overdue. And because it is overdue, we can see it's shown in red bold font, and it has this little danger icon, what we call it. And when you hover over it, you get the tooltip, this item is overdue. And then we decided to do a different font and the icon for ADA compliance, just showing two different, just showing that this item is different in two different ways, making it stand out, indicating this item needs a little extra attention maybe. I think that's all I want to say on that. The last thing I'm going to talk about on this page is the lightning bolt icon. So we did have the lightning bolt feature previously, but it was causing like a big strain on the system and causing unnecessary performance issues. So we had to take it away. But it is back now and it has been refined. So whenever you see a lightning bolt icon next to a checklist item, that means that checklist item is used to trigger an auto action. And what I mean by that is you enter the date completed, and Sam will be doing something on your behalf, whether that is sending an email, updating a record, inserting a record, whatever it might be. And then when I hover over the icon, I get the tooltip checklist item used as an auto action trigger. I can click on the lightning bolt and you will get a list of all of the auto actions that are triggered by that checklist item. If you have access, these will be links. You can click on one of the names of the auto actions and you will be taken straight to the details page. If you do not have access to the auto actions details page, then you will just see the name of the auto action. And then sort of as a side note, because everyone on your team might not have access to the details page, we generally recommend titling your auto actions in a way that conveys like the meaning of the auto action and what the auto action actually does. Just not even just for those folks that don't have access to the details page, but for you and for the rest of the team, so that you don't have to go to the details page to understand the auto action. The name itself is descriptive enough. Okay, I think that's all I want to say on an entity checklist. Let's go check out the checklist configuration to see what's new there. I'm going to go there through advanced options, checklist configuration. Okay, yep, we are now on the family checklist configuration page. And I'm going to start again by talking about the filters here. Again, you have the checklist section filter. Should feel familiar. You can view one section at a time. And then again, on the configuration page, you have the checklist item visibility filter, which again lets you see or lets you filter by items not shown to clients or shown to clients. What's slightly different on the configuration versus the entity checklist is you have a column for shown to clients. And if that particular checklist item is shown to clients, then you get this little eyeball icon here. So when you're on the configuration page specifically, this checklist item visibility filter can be thought of as, show me all of the items that have the eyeball. And so yeah, I've just filtered by shown clients, and again, these are all of the checklist items that have that little eyeball icon. And if I say not shown to clients, then these are all of the items that do not have that eyeball icon. And then with the nature of filters, whenever you are filtering, any items that do not meet the criteria are hidden from view temporarily. So let's see that in action. So none of these items in the home study team administration are shown to clients. So if I say shown to clients, then that section is temporarily hidden from view just because, again, it doesn't match the criteria. But it's not, it wasn't deleted or anything like that. I can still bring it up through the checklist section filter. And what we have here is just an empty checklist section. Because again, none of the items in this section matched shown to clients. But if I take away that filter, we can see all of those items again. And if I take away the section filter, we can see that section is in fact still there. And then like on an entity checklist, you do have the lightning bolt icon. You can click on it, you can see the different auto actions that that particular checklist item triggers. You can go to the details page if you have access. And I think that is it for the configuration page. Are there any questions about that? No? Okay. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is my tasks, which is right on the home page. My tasks is a view of checklist items that are assigned to you specifically. There are a couple of things that are different. One thing that we did was we had this My Tasks card just open by default all the time, just so you don't have to click it and then you can view your items. You will just see your items right as you log in for a little bit easier visibility. Again, we can see that the same overdue styling has been applied here as on entity checklist, just to keep it consistent in both spots. You can, of course, mark stuff as complete right on My Tasks. And another thing that we did was we did take away the eyeball icon, which let you hide an item on My Tasks just to sort of reduce the clutter. And again, the way to take it off of My Tasks is to either mark it as complete or delete the checklist item from the section where it exists. So if I wanted to go see what section this social media agreement was on, I can click on that. You can see it's here, and I can just go in and delete that, go back to My Tasks, and it is gone.
I think, Kelly, you can also, can you, if you clicked on application payment received, another one, could you edit it and take it off My Tasks under edit? Edit, yep.
Good call. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Show in My Tasks. I can uncheck that. I can save it. Let's go back. And yes, it is also taken off of there. So there, you know, 3 ways to do something. Didn't really need that last way to do it. So that's why we took it away. And with that, I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about.
Thank you. Do you guys have any questions? Questions on checklists, questions on any of those new features? Or we did hear somebody already apparently uses that hide button on my tasks.
Yes.
It's very cluttered though, so we trying to reduce some of the items that are seen and some of the icons, which is why we limited that, but there is ways to deal with it. So anyways, do you guys have any questions? Anybody? Lisa, I know that some of those things might be helpful for your team. A lot of this was feedback that we'd received over the last couple months on how to better manage checklists. You guys have such heavy checklists. Curious if you think you'll use those things.
Well, I noticed the other day when I was working in checklists that there were the additional options for filtering, which I was like, oh, that's so nice. And I love the lightning bolt feature. I'm glad that that's back because that when I saw that initially, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And then it went away, so I'm glad it's back. That's very helpful.
Yeah, we are too, because it helps know. And it again, like that one is very specific to if that field triggers the auto action. So that field might be included in a filter, or it might be that the action of some other field updates that field that you see on the checklist, but that's not going to show. So it's really just clear of if you press the date on that, you complete that checklist item, these things are going to start happening, which I think was like makes it easier for people to understand. Yeah.
Yeah, we're loving the light bulb, the lightning bolt. So we're super excited to see that, and the filters. Those are the two. Oh, and then Olivia really liked the bolding of and the color change of the overdue things. So
yeah,
those are things that we like.
Good. Do you guys have, I mean, we're all ears too on any sort of feedback, because I think we were in a client call with somebody doing some customization of checklists, and their checklists started to get longer and busier and stuff. And as they do that, they were like, these things would be helpful. You're like, yeah, they would be helpful. So we're all ears if you guys have suggestions on anything, because we know you're looking at a lot of line items, especially on checklists. What do you think, David? Your team uses checklists all the time too.
Yeah, that's I'm a big fan of the lightning bolt as well.
Yeah.
With the new bold thing, I commented something when that came out and the icon. It's like, yeah, it's just one more way we will just not pay attention to it. Actually, my question was,
you're my peers. We're not going to judge you, I guess. I'm not
your example had like lightning bolts and then some icons, overdue icons. If it's both, do we do both icons appear together?
The lightning bolt and yes, they do, right, Kelly? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they do. So you'll see both to help you out. Yeah.
Cool.
I can't remember the order of them, but
yeah, let's see if I can find an example here. Let me
add a due date
here. Yeah, here we go. So the overdue icon will appear first, and then you get the lightning bolt.
Nice.
Yeah. Do y'all have any other questions around checklists? Anything that's, tough or you want to talk about in the setup? No? Okay. Well, that's what we have today. We're going to keep our second call short. We will record this so you can or we have been recording it, so you can re-watch it. We'll put it up on the in the support guides under the webinars. And then our next call is when, Kelly? I think it's July 9th. It's the Wednesday after the 4th. So that you guys, assuming everybody's taken some sort of holiday or something that week before, that'll be an open call. So we're kind of having both options of our SAM Talks, where it's really open-ended. Bring your configuration questions or things that you want on that call, because we won't have a themed topic. I can't remember in July what our follow-up call is around? Do you remember, Kelly?
I don't.
It's online. And then for August, we literally don't have discussion. There's always time to talk about cleaning up databases, which I think we may kind of have some conversation on that, like auditing and stuff like that.
It's on auto actions.
Auto actions next in July. Okay.
On July 23rd.
Okay, yeah. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you. That's helpful. So yeah, if you have any things around auto actions you'll want to know, there are a couple of features that we've added to that. So probably what we'll do is talk about those and how you use those new things that you have more visibility to today than you had, a month or two ago. But yeah, we're definitely rolling out new features and things in the coming months. So we're looking, again, any feedback you guys have, because you use it more than we do. We're happy to hear. And with that, I guess if y'all don't have anything to talk about, we'll close.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to see you all. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly is the first and only person who's ever done a Sam Talks for me. So I really appreciate it. I guess it's 8 years of, I don't even know how many that makes it, but a lot, a lot of doing these since we've been hosting them. So I thank you very much for taking that today. And yeah, you'll see us again in July, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Yeah,
Thanks,
good to see you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right. And